First rule of Bean Club. You do not talk about Bean Club. Second rule of Bean Club is you don't talk about Bean Club. You ready? Ready.
So I just rewatched the first Puss in Boots, and this movie is fantastic. I truly believe it's underrated, but I think that might change now since Puss in Boots The Last Wish got so much praise. I mean, it's the first video on my channel to pass 1 million views, which, by the way, thank you guys. And if you haven't seen my analysis of Puss in Boots The Last Wish, go ahead and check that out. The link will be in the description below. But back to the first movie, I know it doesn't have an iconic villain like Death in the second one, but it still has a great story with a good twist at the end. So in today's video essay, I'm going to break down why I think Puss in Boots is DreamWorks' magnum opus. Let me start by saying that Puss in Boots is my favorite animated character of all time, and this could stem from a variety of reasons. 1, Shrek 2 is my favorite animated movie of all time. I mean, come on guys, come on, it's the best. And this is when we get introduced to the Ginger Hitman. And 2, I loved watching Antonio Banderas as Zorro growing up, and Puss in Boots in a way is an homage to Zorro, so it's literally just written in the stars that Puss in Boots is my favorite animated character. So if you couldn't tell already, I have a little bias going into this. But let's begin. So the movie opens up with Puss narrating and telling the audience all the names he's known as, which is actually hilarious. Diablo Gato, the furry lover, Chupacabra, the ginger hitman. I mean, I'm already laughing. Then we get to see Puss walk into a bar and learn about the magic beans, which he then tries to steal and runs into another cat who also is trying to steal the beans. They get caught and run away, which leads Puss to confront the masked cat in a fight. Wait, a dance fight? Okay, we gotta talk about this part. This scene is literally one of my favorite scenes ever in animation, and not a lot of people talk about it. First of all, the music is great and sets the vibe. The way they were able to pull off the dance choreography so smoothly is really impressive, and when they're both dancing on each other's feet in mid-air, I mean, oh my god! This is even more epic than when Neo and Mr. Smith are fighting in mid-air in Matrix, and then there's the guitar. After that, we meet the antagonist of the film, which is Humpty Dumpty, and I know he doesn't look as cool as the wolf in the second one, but he still has an interesting dynamic with Puss since it's a little bit more personal. And that takes me to what I think is so great about this movie, the twist. The twist in Puss in Boots demonstrates its brilliance by effectively incorporating all 3 aspects of a good story twist: external shift, internal shift, and philosophical shift. Firstly, the external shift is evident when Puss discovers the true nature of Humpty Dumpty's intentions. Throughout the film, the audience is led to believe that Humpty is a loyal friend and ally to Puss, but the revelation of his betrayal is unexpected and shakes the foundation of their relationship. This external shift adds a layer of intrigue and raises the stakes, propelling the story forward. Secondly, the twist triggers a significant internal shift in Puss's character. He is faced with the painful realization that he has been deceived by someone he trusted, forcing him to confront his own gullibility and question his judgment. This internal shift leads to a profound change in Puss's mindset and emotional state. He is no longer the carefree and confident cat he once was, but rather a character burdened by feelings of betrayal and doubt. This internal transformation adds depth and complexity to Puss's arc, making the twist more impactful and meaningful. Last but not least, the twist in Puss in Boots facilitates a powerful philosophical shift. The film explores themes of trust, redemption, and the nature of forgiveness. The revelation of Humpty's true motives challenges the audience's perception of friendship and loyalty. It raises thought-provoking questions about whether someone can truly change and be redeemed, and whether forgiveness is possible even in the face of betrayal. The philosophical shift compels the audience to reflect on deeper moral and ethical dilemmas, elevating the film beyond a simple adventure story and creating a lasting impact on viewers. That's why I think this twist is so good, and I'm surprised that people don't talk about it more, because I truly believe it's up there with like the great twists in movies. Because by encompassing all 3 aspects of a good story twist, I believe Puss in Boots demonstrates its narrative brilliance. The external shift surprises and engages the audience, the internal shift adds emotional depth to the characters, and the philosophical shift invites contemplation of complex themes. This combination of elements makes the twist in Puss in Boots a standout example of storytelling, showcasing the film's ability to captivate and resonate with the audience on multiple levels. Now let's take a look at a twist from another animated movie that only incorporates 1 or 2 layers instead of all 3. For example, let's consider a twist that exhibits an external shift but lacks internal or philosophical conflict. Take for instance the midpoint shift in the Pixar movie Brave. Up until that point, the story revolves around a philosophical conflict between rebellion, which is represented through Merida, and tradition, which is represented by her mother. The conflict intensifies until Merida receives advice from a witch, leading her to obtain a magical pie that can alter her fate. Unexpectedly, when Merida gives the pie to her mother, it transforms her into a bear. Now, although this is a good external shift, it fails to evoke a clear emotional response from the audience, because even though it subverts our expectations, it leaves viewers confused in how they should feel about it. In terms of the internal shift, there is a lack of progression from anticipation to a substantial emotional impact. Furthermore, the twist doesn't alter the underlying philosophical conflict between Merida and her mother, rendering a mere surface level surprise rather than a meaningful exploration of their differing beliefs. So you can see the difference between the two and why one is forgettable and one is memorable. And it really comes down to having a deeper philosophical meaning to the story, not just throwing a surprise in there. But other than that, I really like how this movie and the whole Shrek universe uses fairy tales. I really hope they dive into that a little more and expand on it, because I think they can do a lot with this character and have a really successful franchise. And I just really hope we get to see Puss in Boots 3, because I really want to see more Puss in Boots. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys now understand why I love this movie so much and why I love the twist. Let me know in the comments down below, do you want to see more Puss in Boots videos? Do you love this movie? And as always, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.